here. It's Granny. It's time for 2017, isn't it? Wow. And I've got 32 subscribers. What? So cool. YouTube has been so good for me because, let me tell you, the last 5 years have been the hardest years of my life. I went through some real crap. I lost some people that were really very, very important to me. I lost a lot of things and people from my life. I stopped eating at one point. Just stopped. I didn't have anorexia. It was not a body image thing. I just didn't want food anymore. So I went inpatient for a little while in an eating disorders clinic, and they fattened me up a little bit and they sent me home, but my head wasn't really healed. So then I got into individual therapy with a fantastic, fantastic therapist. And, you know, but I was still kind of isolated, and I really didn't know how to find a new circle of people. I'd lost the people that I always hung out with. They were gone. And as you'll find out when you hear more of my life story, I've always loved just like entertaining people. Even when I was a little kid, I liked to like put on little shows, and I don't know, I'm just like that. I love to make people laugh more than anything in the world. I love to make people laugh. And YouTube gave me an outlet to be able to entertain people and have people say kind things to me. And they've all been kind. All of the comments on my videos have been nice. I don't know what kind of charmed life I lead, that's how it is, because I know that a lot of people get a lot of hate on their YouTube channels, and I have never gotten not one bit of hate. And I just feel so grateful to have such an incredible group of people that watch my channel and comment on my videos. And I don't feel like I deserve you guys, but you've been so good for me. And I want you to know how much I appreciate every one of my 32 subscribers. Now, I told you I was going to tell you a little bit about my story. And I know I said it wasn't interesting, but it really kind of is. Parts of it are super sad. Parts of it I may not even be able to tell you. But I'm going to start when I was small, and all that part is pretty light. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay. I was born to older parents who were functioning alcoholics. My dad had a great job. My mom stayed home and was a very typical stay-at-home mom kind of role. She made my lunches every day for school. I was always the kid that left my lunchbox in the classroom or left my sweater on the bus or something. So Mom was always having to drive me around, and she was a fantastic mom. And when I was in kindergarten, she decided that my hair was not acceptable, and she started curling my hair every day before school, and I hated that. I really hated having my hair curled. But I would sit there, and back in those days we didn't have curling irons, and at least we didn't have a curling iron. So she'd put these little sponge rollers in my hair every day. And I would watch Captain Kangaroo. I remember watching Captain Kangaroo while she would like moisten each strand of hair and put the little roller in it so that I would have curls to go to school. Don't ask me why that was necessary. I was fine with my hair the way it was. Stick straight, floppy, frappy hair. I didn't know there was anything wrong with it. So she curled my hair all the time until I really started complaining about it in about, I guess, 1st or 2nd grade. I really wasn't going to put up with that anymore. But up until then, I was just my mom's little doll to dress and brush, and she was really happy to have me. They didn't expect me. I was born when she was 45, and I had a 25% chance of having Down syndrome when I was born. I'm so lucky that that didn't happen. I was a very healthy kid. So at that time, like I said, we were living in Contra Costa County. My brother was 14 and a half when I was born, and my sister was over 20. And in fact, when my mother got pregnant with me, my sister was already pregnant with her first child. So they were pregnant together, which was kind of cute. And they had matching maternity outfits and stuff. So my niece, my sister's child, and I were very close in age and played together like a lot. When I was 6, everybody in first grade got a yo-yo. It was the thing. That was like the thing then. We didn't have iPods. We had yo-yos. So everybody had a Duncan yo-yo. It was like the thing to have. And every Friday, instead of an allowance, my dad would like always bring me home some kind of little treat, either some special thing to eat, or maybe a little stuffed toy, or something. It was just like our Friday thing. Sorry, I had to move my camera. The giant yo-yo story. I was telling you about how my dad brought home a gift for me every Friday. Oh, right. Okay, so everybody had a yo-yo. I told my daddy, I said, on Friday, would you please bring me a yo-yo? All the kids have yo-yos, I gotta have a yo-yo. So he brought me home a yo-yo. My daddy brought me a very special yo-yo. He brought me a wooden yo-yo that was it was big. It was like a giant yo-yo. I thought it was so cool. I took it to school and said, look, I got a yo-yo too. I'm one of the cool kids. And everybody gathered around me, and the ridicule began. You weren't supposed to have a giant yo-yo. You were supposed to have a Duncan yo-yo. I didn't have the right yo-yo. And forever after that, I was not one of the cool kids. Go figure. You know, kids are weird. When I was a child, I played alone a lot. I didn't have any brothers or sisters my age. My brother and sister were essentially adults by the time I was in childhood. So I pretended a lot. I played a lot of games. I pretended that I was somebody that I wasn't. First, it was Peter Pan. I played Peter Pan for a long time. Then I played Batman for a little while. Then I discovered Mark Twain. And when I read Mark Twain's books, all I wanted to be was Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a girl child. Why did she choose those as heroes? Well, nobody introduced me to Pippi Longstocking. As far as I knew, it was always the boy characters who had all the great adventures. And, you know, I mean, Tom Sawyer was like sneaking out of his house at night and going to the graveyard and doing witchcraft and hanging out with Huckleberry Finn and chasing Indians. And, I mean, I thought that was the coolest damn existence. My parents, on the other hand, were so overprotective of me, it was really kind of not healthy. They wanted to know where I was every second. So when I could get out of sight, I would go off into these fantasies where I was a little boy. I wanted to be a little boy so bad. When I was 9, I asked my mom if I could get my hair cut short. And she went along with that because she thought, oh, that'll be cute, you know, a pixie cut. So I got a pixie cut. To me, it looked like a boy's haircut, and I thought it was just fabulous. I loved how I looked with the short hair. I grew it out, I mean, in a matter of a few years, but for that couple of years there with the short hair, I was the happiest child. And then I asked my mom if I could buy boys' tennis shoes. And those days, girls didn't wear Converse. But there was a particular pair of tennis shoes that looked like Converse that I wanted. They were PF Flyers, actually. I don't know if any of you remember PF Flyers, but they were cool shoes. So I wanted PF Flyers, and my mother took me to the shoe store, tried like heck to talk me into getting something more feminine. I was not going for it. I had to have the PF Flyers. So then my metamorphosis was complete. As far as I was concerned, I was a little boy, and I was happy. Then one day, I'm walking down the street in my neighborhood, and I see a child who I had never met before. New child in town, visiting child. I don't remember ever seeing them afterwards. It was just this unusual encounter with this strange kid. This kid, who as I remember it was a little boy, he looked at me and he says, "Are you a girl or a boy?" Because I had on a hoodie over my head, the short hair, the boys' tennis shoes. And, you know, kids are honest. He wanted to know, you a boy or a girl? And I looked at him, and I mustered up the deepest little voice that I could. And I said, "What do you think?" Just like that. He didn't respond. He walked away. And to me, this was a great achievement. This was better than better. This was a miracle. It was like he thought I was a boy. Now, at this point, this had become an obsession. I really did not want to be a little girl. Every so often, my parents would dress me up, take me out to dinner, and my mom would want to curl the hair again. But I bucked against it so hard. I really started rebelling against that. And the little boy across the street let me join his boys' club, and I told them that they had to accept me as a boy or I wasn't going to join. And they let me join. And I hung out with the little boys a lot. Like I said, we had a boys' club. But I also had some fantastic little girlfriends. I hung out with Mary and Claudia, and I hung out with Carol. Carol came a little bit later. That's more like a 6th grade story. My sister lived close by with her children, so I played with them a lot. I remember my niece and I had this funny little game that we would play where we would take this little, it was a little baby bottle, but it was like for baby dolls. It was just like a tiny, tiny bottle and had a little nipple on it, and you could open it and put liquid in there. And we put water and Red Hots in it. And you know those little Red Hot candies? They're shaped like little hearts. And they sell them like around Valentine's Day. And they're little like peppermint. I guess they're peppermint. But they're little red hearts. So we would put a bunch of red hearts into this little bottle and then fill it with water and shake it until the candy dissolved. Then one of us would have to lie on the floor, usually in one of our bedrooms. You had to lie on the floor, and we would take like a washcloth or a towel or something and put it over us so that only our head would get wet. And the other one would stand, not sit, but stand above them with this squeeze bottle and try and get the juice into their mouth. It was like you would try and aim it like right for the mouth. And it always made a really big mess and got in our hair and stuff. I don't know why. We really loved doing that. That's so funny. I wonder if Perry remembers doing that, because that was like a really big memory for me. And then we would play college together. And to play college, you had to like go get one of the grown-ups' books, some really complicated book that you didn't understand. And then we would take binder paper and we would copy all the words from the book. I mean, not the whole book, but for hours. We would be entertained by just copying out of the book onto binder paper, and that was going to college. We were playing college. So funny. I really wanted to include a lot more in this video, but it looks like my life is going to take up more time than I thought. It really is. It's like going to take me months to get through this series. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just make it a once a week thing. It'll be like once a week Granny's autobiography day or something. Autobiographical Friday, or I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it'll be cool. Again, I am just so thrilled to have 32 viewers. Please stay, have a seat, eat, just hang out. Please hang out. I love you. I think you're fabulous, whoever you are. Some of you I know, some of you I don't. But, wow, this is just so cool. You've really helped me to find myself again, because I had gotten very lost. And I'll be here day after tomorrow making another video. I'm not an everyday videoer. I just don't think I can do that. But I can do every other day. And that's the plan. So look for me day after tomorrow. And until then, I hope you have a fabulous 2017. Oh, did I blow my horn for you? Here we go. Happy New Year. Bye.